January is shaping up to be absolutely crucial to saving this season, with the club's financial chief giving interviews that raise more questions than answers. We've also got another injury during the international break after John Sutar. Miovski's stats say the opposite of what we're seeing on the pitch. He's still going to shine. And Chermiti'S stats, dreadful. How long are they going to keep insisting on him? Smash the like button on the video, and I'm filming this before the match against Livingston so I can bring you the full analysis tomorrow. Here we go again. Another January window creeping up, and once more you're left wondering if Rangers will actually get it right this time. James Taylor, the chief financial officer, has confirmed what you've probably guessed. Rangers will be active in January. He's backed Kevin Thelwell's statement that investment is on the way. But after the shambles of the summer, is that really something to celebrate? Or is it just a polite way of saying, brace yourself? Look at the numbers, £20 million spent in the summer. Chermiti at £8 million. Antman and Arsgaard, both £3.5 million. Miovski at £2.6 million. And Fernandez for £2.5 million. That's not pennies, that's serious cash. And what have Rangers got to show for it? Inconsistency, waste, frustration. You've got a striker who gives away more fouls than he scores goals, and another who's barely had 9 shots in the league. Now, Taylor's hinting that if you want to bring in new talent, someone might need to go. Nicholas Raskin's name already being whispered. That's the trade-off. Sell quality to gamble on potential again? That's a dangerous game. The good news, maybe, is that Danny Roll now has final say over transfers, over no more mystery men being dumped at Ibrox by recruitment staff. If Thelwell's learned anything from his disastrous debut window, it's that the manager must have control. Still, you've got to ask, does Thelwell even deserve another chance to shape this squad? His 5 most expensive signings from the summer have raised more questions than answers. The club says this is a long-term project among the 49ers group, but long-term means nothing if you keep blowing the budget on duds. Will giving Kevin Thelwell control over another transfer window end up doing more harm than good for Rangers? At Ibrox, pressure is something you either thrive under or crumble beneath. And for Bojan Miovski, it's been more crumble than climb so far. After arriving from Girona over the summer with expectations the size of Ben Nevis on his shoulders, Miovski's start in a Rangers shirt has been painfully underwhelming. 1 goal in 8 matches, just 9 shots all season. That averages out at 1.6 shots per 90 minutes. 8th in the squad. It's not what you expect from your main striker, is it? Now, before you pull your hair out or fire off a rant in the group chat, let's be clear, it's not entirely his fault. Miovski's conversion rate sits at 11.1%. That's not dreadful. It suggests he can finish. He's just not getting the ball in the right areas nearly enough. In fact, with only 16 touches per match on average and a mere 0.3 key passes per game, you've got to ask what kind of service he's actually getting. Compare that to Danilo, who's firing 3.1 shots per game and converting at a strong 20% rate. Then there's Tavernier, 1.8 shots per game and converting at 25%. Miovski's being outshone not just by attackers, but by the right back. Miovski still trying to find his rhythm, still stuck in neutral. Rangers need a front line that does more than look the part on paper. Miovski has talent, no doubt, but until Roll can get the system clicking around him, or until Miovski fights his way into the game more aggressively, you're looking at a player who's rapidly becoming a bench warmer in waiting. If Danilo's firing and Moore's improving, how long does Miovski realistically have to prove he's not just another misfire in the Rangers striker graveyard? Is Bojan Miovski truly being let down by the system, or is he just not Rangers material? If you thought Bojan Miovski had it rough, wait until you take a look at Youssef Chermiti. Brought in from Everton for a staggering £10 million, you'd expect him to be bullying defenders, scoring goals for fun, and leading the line. It's like a proper Rangers striker. Instead, he's been more of a liability than a leader. Let's break it down. 7 appearances, 231 minutes on the park, 1 goal, 1 assist, 5 shots. He's managed only 14 touches in the opposition box, and brace yourself, he's currently the most foul-happy player in the entire Scottish Premiership, giving away an eye-watering 3.9 fouls per 90 minutes. That's not just clumsy, that's reckless. Chermiti looks rattled. He's winning less than 40% of his ground duels, and every time he comes up against a tough, physical backline, he disappears. His showing against Celtic and Roma, brutal, completely out of his depth. And yet, here's the issue. He cost £10 million. This wasn't some low-risk punt. This was a statement signing. A player, Kevin Thelwell, pushed hard to bring in. And now the same supporters who were buzzing with anticipation are looking at this lad thinking, is this it? Rolls clearly trying to get something out of him, but time's ticking. Danilo is starting to deliver, and Europa League minutes might be the only thing keeping Chermiti in the picture. The Christmas run-in will be telling, because if things don't change, and fast, then you've got to ask whether Chermiti's future at Ibrox is already hanging by a thread. Was splashing £10 million on Chermiti one of the worst transfer calls Rangers have made in the last decade? Well, if there was ever a definition of a make or break month at Ibrox, Oliver Antman is living it right now. With Mikey Moore ruled out after picking up a muscle injury on England under-19 duty, Danny Roll's been left scrambling for options, and Antman's been handed a lifeline he probably didn't expect. Moore had just found his spark, scoring in that convincing 3-0 win over Dundee, and looked ready to nail down a starting place. But now, with up to 40 days on the sidelines, it's Antman who might be handed the jersey, and the pressure that comes with it. Let's not forget, Antman arrived from Go-Ahead Eagles for £3.5 million, and he made a cracking start. 2 assists against Victoria Pleasant on his debut. Since then, virtually invisible. Minutes have dried up, form's gone missing, and the only headlines he's been generating have been about a potential exit, with whispers that he's eyeing a move to Spain. But football gives you second chances, especially when injuries hit, and this could be Antman's last one at Ibrox. With up to 10 games before January, he's got a clear runway to show Danny Roll he deserves to stay in Glasgow. He's coming back from international duty unscathed, and even got himself a goal and assist for Finland against Andorra. Now it's time to bring that form home. Because make no mistake, if he bottles this run and Rangers dip into the market for new wingers in January, he won't just be benched, he'll be gone. Is Oliver Antman the answer to Rangers' wing problems, or just another foreign project that never belonged at Ibrox in the first place? Like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe for daily Rangers news. Don't miss a thing.